I'm Eden, and we are going to work on Sirsasana II, headstand 2, tripod headstand, with a couple of variations, transitioning into crow pose, which is the first arm balance in the Anusara syllabus. So it's really the basis of finding that lift within yourself. I have videos working on both separately, and if you need to warm up your hips a little bit, because you haven't yet, I have videos for that too. Get your body moving a little bit so that you have a little bit more space to play with before we begin this little journey. So I can pause and wait here, and then come back to me. So here we go. Hi! We're going to start in a squat. See how you need to be warm? Okay. So in your squat, turn your toes out. Let your knees go in the same direction. If you can do your squat with your toes forward and your knees forward. Okay. Take your right arm out in front of your right shin. So it's not behind the leg, it's in front of the leg. Fingertips, or you can even add a block if you need a little bit more lift. Left arm up. Now, my left arm is disconnected from my left leg, but I still want to open that hip. Lean back, lift your heart, and come back to center, hands at your heart. And switch, left arm way out in front of that left shin. Fingertips are a block, right arm up, open the right thigh. Really the right hip. The right thigh is connected to it though. So as my butt drops, my heart lifts. Take a deep breath and come back to center. Lengthen your legs and heel toe them out so they are a decent amount wider than your hips. From here, you're going to reach your hands down so they're about in line, fingertips with your toes, and your head down. Now, if your head does not reach yet, never fret. Take your feet wider until it does. And you can also add a block here, but you may not lift with the block under your head, please. Not in my class, at least. Okay. So, the top of your head is right on the mat. It should be about the soft spot on a baby's head. It's different for everybody because we all have different heads. Feel it out. So if you feel like, no, that's not right, it's probably not. So you want to adjust accordingly. Now my hands are shoulder distance and back behind my head. So I make a triangle from the top of my head to my hands. My hands are not in line with my head. This is not stable. This is, all I'm going to do is lift my heels and put them down. And lift my heels and put them down. And then I might squeeze in thumb to thumb and hover my feet so they're behind me. Squeeze the elbows in and then land. I'll go the other way too. Here we go. Hands back behind my head. They are not here by my ears. That is super key. And then you don't want your elbows to flail out here because again, that loses stability. Elbows in, shoulders back. And then all you need to do is lift the heels and you might put them back down. Squeeze the elbows in, lift the heels, you might hover. You might take the legs together in front of you. And back. And land it. Okay, down dog, stretch it out. Walk your hands back to your feet. Turn your toes out and squat. So from here, reach your hands way out in front of you, so you have long arms, and land them. Squeeze your upper arms with your inner thighs, tight. This is the contact you need because this is what's supporting you. If you don't have that, you're balancing just on your hands and trying to lift your body weight, which is a whole other party. So right here, and maybe you want that party. That's not this class, but you can give it a whirl. Go forward, heart forward. And see if you can lift one foot towards your butt, put it down. Other foot towards your butt, put it down. Maybe both feet. Now make sure your heart's forward and you're going forward, okay? Straighten the arms as much as you can. If you look down, you are likely to go down onto the top of your head. which is where we're going eventually, but we don't want to crash there, yeah? Make sure you have a blanket handy, and that the blanket is on your mat, right? Because if it's on a hard floor, it might slide away from you, which isn't helping anybody. So from here, arms long in front of you, land the hands, squeeze the upper arms. Now, that's why they need to be in front of you, because you have to have space to go forward. Lift your heels, lift your belly up into your spine, and go forward like you're on a conveyor belt. Heart forward, take it forward, 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 forward. And land it. So if you're doing one foot and putting it down and then the other foot and putting it down, you are creating progress and you will find it eventually, okay? Next option. From crow pose, we're gonna try and drop our head down onto the blanket. So as you squeeze in on the arms, if you float it up, you're going to try and control the head down to that sweet spot. Now, if you're not finding the arm balance yet, you might start here and then lift the feet up towards your butt and find that little lift in a different way. So if you have found your way to your head, the next option is to lift your legs. And you can keep them tight in. You can have a wall behind you. By all means, please, golly gee willikers, have a wall behind you. And then lift. Unless you've done this a billion times, then by all means, don't. Take the soles of the feet together, knees wide, and take those knees back to your upper arms. Lift your belly. See if you can lift your head. Crow pose. And then land in your squat. Okay, one more time. Yeah? Okay, so you can start on your head or you can start in crow pose. If you're not finding that crow pose yet, maybe it'll help you to start on your head and feel the lift in a different direction, okay? So here, and lift, and land, or begin right here, and lift the feet here. Okay, from here, squeeze in elbows, belly up, begin to lift your legs. You can do one at a time. Two is definitely more challenging. Once the legs are up, take a breath. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Take those inner thighs to your upper arms. Take a breath. Lift, belly, lift, head. And possibly crash. Have a seat on your butt. Take your hands behind you and lift your heart. You did it. You did something. You did it. I so appreciate you being here with me and playing around. If you want a longer class where you can go a little deeper into something like that, please join me at yogieden.org. Namaste.